Welcome back, and over the same matter we have with us live over the phone Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, the political and economic analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdel Rahman.
Good morning to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
Our real pleasure, sir. So, can you shed light over the economic plan lately approved by the cabinet? Of course, there was earlier a cabinet reshuffle that took place, and new vision and also new perspectives. Prime Minister Mustafa Hadbouli had an extended meeting with everyone, and he made it sure that we set our fingers over the most critical points or topics that are going to be challenged in the coming period.
I believe that we have already a new vision and a new strategy. That strategy that was declared in more than a way, let's say from 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 2 years to be exact. That strategy should contain the efforts of three directions, 3 lanes. The first is the economic, the private sector. The second is the governmental, and of course, I believe that should be the third lane is, or the third line is the military, economical, and agricultural association. That strategy is the only strategy that can develop our own economy and keep up the good work in the mega projects. Maybe some of the mega projects was stopped a few months ago, according to the consequences of the challenges that we are up against regionally and internationally. But that's the only strategy that we can build or put the pillars of the new state throughout, and with this recipe, this triangle recipe, we have to keep up this strategy. And I believe the new cabinet or the reshuffled cabinet should maintain the same course, the same triangle course. With this strategy, with this vision, we can only achieve the progress that we hope all to achieve. I believe that the new ministers, especially the Minister of Finance, has a very great responsibility. According to his background with the IMF. The IMF is the greatest challenge to deal with, and the greatest responsibility to deal with. IMF is never seeking the good of our country, but in the meantime, we can never cut dealing with the IMF. That's why we should deal with IMF throughout our own vision, not its own vision. Our own vision that is built upon maintaining the course of building our own national mega project that only seeks agricultural and industrial future for this country, as well as preserving our own identity as an Egyptian economy, has its own personality, has its own identity, has its own vision, and have that security distance between what we want and what it wants. I'm talking about the IMF, because we have to admit that the IMF is never seeking the good and the will of the nations, but we should protect the mega sectors the great sectors of the society throughout the reforms procedures that we have to take and we should take, and we realize that we need reforms in our economy, but not on the benefit on the poor and the middle sector of the society. That two sectors have carried on a great burden for decades. They were always carrying that burden for more than 40 years. And I believe that that burden should be divided on all sectors of the society. And as I said, we should the ministers, the group of the economical group should take that responsibility, dealing with the IMF, preserving our own identity and our own strategy, triangular strategy that I have said, and also what's more important is to protect the greater parts of the society from the consequences of the reform. I believe that we can never let go, or we can never abandon the governmental part. The governmental role here is the main shield. I'm talking the governmental and the military economy and agriculture and industry. That those two sides are the true shield and armor for our own society. That's the only guardian of the national security, of our own guardian, along with the private sector. Private sector, of course, it's important to be a part of our own march towards the future. And all I want is to be to narrow the gap between the strategies of the private sector, which I believe is not strategies. I believe it's only tactics. They're only seeking for fast profits, speed profits. They don't care about projects that long-term profitable, but would be good for the whole nation, not just for a private sector of the society. That gap should be narrowed, and the private sector should be a part of the mega projects that are being established in the most wonderful way. That the way that we have astonished the world, how we have achieved in 10 years what no other country in the region has achieved, despite the challenge that we have, despite that we have that we were beginning from scratch, from point zero, when Mr. President Abdel Fattah has delivered this country, as he himself has mentioned. We have delivered this country from scratch, and we are building upon this in the most wonderful ways for 10 years. We should not stop now. That strategy is the only strategy that the new republic should be built upon.
Right. So, of course, like you kindly mentioned, you refer to the new Minister of Finance, and of course with his consulting team. He has a huge burden over his shoulder. Of course, there is a lot of regional and international challenges because there is economic crisis everywhere because of the crisis and the situation worldwide. So what exactly are the steps to be taken, or where do you see the exact challenges ahead for this consulting team of the Minister of Finance?
I believe that their first priority right now is expanding the horizons and the field for the small and medium capitals to be a part of the industrial and agricultural projects throughout, making it easy for those those businessmen, small businessmen and medium businessmen to take part in the progress, to have more opportunities and easy procedures to launch their own small projects with less with the easiest procedures. I believe that making the whole society be a part of the progress, that's the only patriotic goal that we should achieve right now. And in the meantime, by such action, that comes along with what I have said, that we should protect the greatest part of the society from the consequences of the reform, and that's a progressive thinking, not just to protect, but to be positively taking actions by enhancing and concentrating on the new projects, the small projects, as we have right now. We can't start any new mega project according, of course, to the international circumstances that are surrounding the country. We can never neglect that. So we should give the chance for the people to be a part, to cover our own gaps, to start our own small industry, small agricultural projects. That's how we can achieve lots of goals, and protect the society, and of course to make the citizen feel truly that he is a part and a true associate to the state.
Right. So to what extent do you think that the decreasing in inflation rates would refresh the economic status?
Of course, it's the highest priority, and it won't come easy. We should, as Mr. President and the experts have said, that we should increase our own product. We should import less, export more. We should, we should right now to take care. We should take care of our own mega projects to make it go at the highest speed and the highest power, to give its best of production, to keep up our own 1.5 million acres that we have already achieved a lot in this project, in agricultural projects, in Tushka, in the new lands to be cultivated, and to take care of something very, very important here, that we are going through a phase of time that we are witnessing brutal attacks against the climate, deliberately damaging the climate throughout technologies like HARP, like chemtrail. We need our own crops to deal with this rise of temperature, and we have the greatest scientists in the world, agriculturally, of course, to have our own crops that fight the raising and the rise of the temperature, using the less usage of water, of irrigation, so we can face the challenges that they are trying to spread around the world. They are trying to stop countries from agriculturing. They are trying to stop to push the world, not just in Egypt, the whole world, pushing it into hunger age, and that should be fought with new thinking, new projects, new crops, to adjust our own agricultural measures according to the challenge that we are up against.
Right. So how do you assess the role of the presidential initiatives in boosting the country's economic process? I mean, like Haya Karima and other initiatives that have been working now tooth and nail to be able to provide different facilities in different governorates and rural areas, and they have succeeded on great extent to provide assistance to the needy in brackets in society.
Should be expanded, should be iterated more. It's a successful project, successful thought. Should be containing more effort of the whole society. I believe that if we make the small capital, the small businessmen who can in the villages, in the small towns, the engineers, the experts, the scientists, those who can ever take part in this project and this initiative could make it even better, could make it even closer to the ordinary citizens, especially in the villages, in the small towns, in Upper Egypt, in Sinai, in the country, in the cities away from Cairo and Alexandria. That's how we should expand this effort, to make the people part of those projects. Open gates, open mind for new horizons. That, I believe, is the only way to enhance and to deepen up that project, that initiative, that humanitarian initiative. Should make it even more profitable, should make it even more able to go on and to be expanded on a way that shouldn't be a burden on the shoulders of the government, but to be profitable too.
Right. On that note, of course, Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, the political and economic analyst, would like to thank you, sir, so much talking to The Breakfast Show. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue The Breakfast Show, so stay with us.